Yeah, I transitioned about 6 years ago. I did some things really well, and I did some things not so well. If I could go back and change some of those things that I didn't do well, I mean, there's definitely a few things that I would change do differently. But first thing, I'll talk about the things that I did do really well. Um, One of the big ones was that I worked out. I spent every day in the gym. I still went all the time. I did all the things, keeping myself healthy, keeping myself, you know, eating right, working out, running, doing cardio, all of that stuff. I think it really, really helped me with a lot of my transition things. Just, for example, like good food, good skin. You work out, your body responds better to the hormones, for example. Um, if you're in good physical health, you're going to recover from surgeries better, fewer complications. All of those things really, I think, worked to my advantage in terms of getting to my transition goals. Some of the things I didn't do well. I mean, there's quite a few. I had vocal surgery done in Buffalo right in the middle of the pandemic, and I probably didn't do enough research. I only found two places at the time that were doing it, and I was like, I don't care. I'm going to just do this thing. And, they promised me a 10 and they probably delivered a 4. Uh, I still have a lot of coughing from that surgery. I lost my ability to sing pretty much. Um, yeah, they didn't deliver the voice that they had promised. What I probably should have done is I should have spent a lot more time working on my voice with a vocal cord coach. Lots of those services, you can find those things, a lot of them for free, definitely to start. And then I had maybe like a half a dozen classes with a speech therapist, and she really helped me. Probably more than a lot of the surgery that I got out of that. I mean, definitely raised my pitch a little bit, but um, overall, I would say that probably I would have redone if I had to redo that. I probably wouldn't have done it. Another thing that I had done that I probably regret is I had my nose done, and my nose wasn't a problem. I think I just kind of got lost in the moment, and I would have left it. As a result of that nose thing, my nose, it's it's always a bit of a hit and miss, and it's something that I probably could have avoided and just not done at all. Other things that I not didn't do that well in my transition probably is I didn't go and consistently get my hormone levels checked, and that is something that I think a lot of us make a mistake on. We just kind of believe that it's doing the thing, and we believe what our doctors say, even though our doctors don't necessarily know. Um, there's not enough research on trans people, for example. I went on Spiro, for example, and now it's not necessarily seen as maybe the best answer. One of my friends, a doctor who specializes in this, like now she's saying maybe progesterone is a better anti androgen, just as an example. Other things that I think I probably could have done better is I wasn't in the community at all at pre-transition. I didn't know a single person in the LGBTQ IA at all. I think I stayed away from the community, and when I went into it, then the pandemic hit, and then I was really kind of isolated. And the one thing I've learned in this transition is you cannot transition in isolation. You need community, you need people, you need friends, you need support, you need people to talk to and get their opinions on, and really integrate yourself into a community. Even if that community is online, I think that that is something that a lot of our clients who now have become friends in our little WhatsApp community, you realize how incredibly important it is to have that community. And, eventually I did find it. But for a very long time, maybe 2 or 3 years into my transition, I was pretty isolated actually. And as a result of that, I know I did the best I could, but I didn't necessarily know the answers. I didn't have people to talk to get their opinions on things. And so sometimes I got lucky. Things worked out, but it didn't mean that they couldn't have worked out better or whatnot. I'm kind of like a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl, and if I feel something and I believe that, I trust my instincts, I'm going to go for it, something, 100%. I'm not somebody who's going to research, plan, and then not do it. For me, I'm more like a lines of look it around, see what it looks like, see how it feels, and then just go for it. And that for me has definitely worked out in my favor most of the time. I feel very, very fortunate in my transition. I've always wanted to now give back to the community and do what I can to help all the baby trans girls out there, and even the ones have been transitioning for even longer than me, but maybe they've found themselves stuck and not moving in the direction that they want. If you need help, come reach out to me, and I can definitely see what I can do to help you. Bye, all.